အားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါဟုတ်ကဲ့ကျွန်တော်အခုချိန်မှာ preparation for an interview ဆိုတဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့အလုပ်အတွက် interview ဖြေဖို့ဟာကျွန်တော်တို့ interviewer တွေနဲ့ကိုယ် employee နဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့ interview တစ်ခုအတွက်ကိုเนาะကျွန်တော်တို့ interview မဖြေခင် interview ဖြေမယ့်နေ့ interview ဖြေပြီးတဲ့နောက်ဘယ်လိုတွေကျွန်တော်တို့လှုပ်ဆောင်ရမယ်ဒါလေးတွေနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့ knowledge sharing လုပ်ပြီးကြပါတယ်ဟုတ်ကဲ့အဲ့တော့ဒီမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ preparation for an interview before the interview first research the company and position description by using their company website CEO resources LinkedIn and networking with contacts and employees be prepared to give the specific examples from your experience, education, or skills that are relevant to the job and organization. Use their position descriptions as a guide. Prepare 4 and 5 relevant questions for the interviewer that focus on the company's mission and goals. See example and bad. Practice. Visit the CEO for a mock interview and more information on preparing for an interview. Create a portfolio. Create a portfolio with samples of your work. Reference letters, awards, and other materials that demonstrate your abilities. Get travel and parking information and an estimated time commitment so that there are no surprises on the interview day. Day of the interview. Make sure that you look professional. It's appropriate to dress more formally for the interview, even if the environment is casual. Avoid heavy use of satin body products as others may be sensitive to the same. Arrive at least 15 minutes early and be sure to bring money for parking. Bring a professional looking folder or portfolio with 2 copies of your resume, list of references, pen, calendar, and notepad. Demonstrate enthusiasm and interest by making eye contact, smiling, and a firm handshake. Be courteous to everyone you meet. Others not directly in the interview process may be asked to express an opinion about you. During the interview, give clear and concise answers with specific examples about your past experiences, skills, and abilities that directly relate to the position or company goals. Mention your accomplishments whenever possible. Clearly articulate your career goals and how they relate to the position. Avoid talking negative about past supervisors, co-workers, or companies of employment. Avoid asking about salary and benefits during the first interview. Ask analysts to of for your be prepared what thought well thought out questions to determine if this organization and job is right place for you. Maintain eye contact and avoid fidgeting during your interview. Come nervous. You need to be fully engaged in this conversation, so turn off your cell phone and do not check it. Do not chew jam, eat, or drink unless offered to you. Be honest and sincere. Just be yourself. After the interview, send a thank you letter within 2 days to the people who interview you. Reiterate your interest in some key points that were discussed during the interview. You can also use the thank you notes to expand on a point that you discussed in the interview or ask any additional questions if you have any. If a large panel, more than 3 people interviews you, you may elect to send a thank you note to the chair of the interview panel and ask them to convey your thanks. But when possible, send an individual thank you to each interviewer. Request business cards during your interview to ensure correct spelling of names and email addresses. Follow up with a phone call within a week if you have not heard back. Be persistent and try to stay optimistic. Be sure to send any requested material such as transcripts, applications, or references in a timely manner. Dress for success. When deciding what to wear, consider your industry standard. It's always better to dress a bit more formally if you're unsure. Everything should be cleaned, pressed, and polished. Business attire consists of a two-piece suit in black, gray, or navy with a matching shirt or dress. Make sure that clothing is not open below the necktie. Ties or stocking may be required in more formal workplace or industries. Dark closed-toe shoes, business casual attire can include dress pants or skirt and a shirt or sweater without a jacket. Can also include khaki pants or slacks and a nice shirt. Ties and stockings are not usually required. Do not wear revealing clothes, extensive jewelry, piercings, or makeup. Have exposed tattoos, too much cologne or perfume. Hats indoors, open toe doors. Headphones, sunglasses, dirty clothing, or any clothing with holes. Types of interviews and tips for each type. Phone or screening interview. Preliminary brief interview to determine if the candidate should move forward in the process. As with every interview, make sure you are enthu- enthusiastic and discuss how your skills match the needs of the employer. Make sure to keep a copy of your resume close along with notes on the company and your calendar. Determine a location with little distractions and background noise ahead of time. Make sure you have good self service. In-person interview. In-person interview. One or more employer representatives will interview the candidate. Maybe multiple interviews or all these can include either traditional interview questions or behavior, behavioral interview questions. See below for examples. Group interview takes place with other candidates seeking the same job. Begins how well the candidates interact with others. Try to find a good balance between getting your points across and dominating the conversation. Practice a 2-minute introduction that summarized your education, skills, experience, and related career goals. Panel interview. Two or more people will interview you to get different opinions. Can be a very indeed intimidating interview format. Be careful not to ignore anyone on the panel. Make eye contact with each person while answering a question. While asking questions, make sure they are directed at the group rather than a specific person. Video conferencing or internet interview usually take place usually take place over Skype or other video conferencing services. Dress professionally from head to toe and make sure that your background is not distracting. Example, white or ultra or pre-recorded interview. Usually not direct interaction with the person, given a set of questions and asked to interviews and record answers. Don't sound too robotic, rehearsal, or rushed. Consider attire and background. Stress interview. Designed to see how you react under pressure. Used in fast-paced positions where quick decisions are needed. Focus on the way you solve the problem, not the right answer. A typical question is designed to induce stress and can appear very aggressive. Was the stress of your last job too much for you to handle? Case interview includes case questions about hypothetical situations used to test your analytical and problem solving ability. Be sure to explain your thinking process in detail to give them a good idea of the steps you take to solve a problem. Types of interview questions and common examiner. Traditional interview. Below are common interview questions with a tip on how to answer the most common ones. Employers Employers usually use your resume to guide their questions. Always have the job description in mind and consider ways to match your skills. Tell me about yourself. Tips summarize your skills and why you're interviewing today. Why did you choose the career you are pursuing? Tip. Share what excites you about this field and how you will be successful. What do you consider your strengths? Tip. Describe skills that match the job description and will make you an asset. What do you consider your weaknesses? Knowledge, knowledge your limitations, but most importantly, explain how you manage or are working to improve them. Here are some others. How would a friend or professor describe you? What motivates you to put forth your greatest effort? In what ways do you think that you will contribute to our company? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What two or three accomplishments have given you the most satisfaction? Why? Describe your most rewarding college experience. Why did you select your college or university? One lets you to choose your fee or major study. What do you know about our company? The behavior interview consists of questions about past experience to determine how you will behave in the future. Use the STAR method to guide your answer. Situation that targets details, action and results, skill, accomplishments. Give enough details so the interviewer understands the situation, but spend more time on the skills you used, the results, what you learned, and what you might do, or what might do differently next time. Ask for clarification if you do not understand the questions, and make sure your answers are clear and complete. Tell me about a time when you worked on a group project and disagree with a team member's ideas. Give me an example of a goal you reached and how you achieved it. Tell me how you work effectively under pressure. Give an example of an occasion when you used logic and solved a problem. Have you ever made a mistake? How did you handle it? Describe a stressful situation at work and usually near the end of the interview, the employer will ask what questions you have for them. Your goal here is to ask questions that will help you determine if this position and organization is the right place for you. Additionally, additionally, questions regarding diversity, equity, and inclusion are certainly worth inquiring about to determine further details of workplace culture. Do not ask any questions that could be easily answered by looking at their website. What are the challenges facing this company? What type of growth do you see for the organization in the next 5 years? That social issues does your company support? How does your organization define and promote diversity? Is this organization taking actionable steps to ensure an increase in across all levels and titles? If so, those steps. How does the company promote professional growth? How would you describe the organization's culture? The most important question you should ask typically, typically last question, what's the next step in the process? Gives you information on who else may be in that pool and company's timeline. You can use this information to determine when to send a follow-up message. Thank you. Note Thank you, note examiner. Dear Mrs. Fields, Miss Fields, thank you for taking the time to discuss the public relations internship in Peace and Baker with me yesterday. I enjoyed meeting you and learning more about the firm. The most the small size of your firm, as well as the emphasis on what of marketing strategies really appeals to. After seeing the office in action, I'm confident that I'd be a good fit for this position. I work well in fast-paced environments, and my strong communication skills will enable me to have productive interactions with clients and other employees. Thanks again for your time and consideration. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at 410 555 Sincerely, Jamila Stimson. Thank you so much.